Miami Heat Nation, how you guys doing today? My name is Trent, and over here we are going to be covering the Miami Heat. So if you want to stay updated to all the Miami Heat news, this is the perfect channel for y'all. Make sure you drop that sub and turn on post notifications. Not only do that, I have a Miami Heat Discord server, so if you want to go join that, the link will be in the description where we get into crazy live debates, and the chat is very, very active. Our goal is to get 100 supporters in there. We're currently at 50. Now, today's episode is going to be a banger episode because there's a lot that we have to talk about. And yes, I am very concerned about this team. And that's because Pat Riley and Spo, they wanted to make no moves during the trade deadline. They wanted to make no moves during the offseason. The best moves that they did was bring back Victor Oladipo and Dwayne Dedman. Now, that just tells you what the direction this team is going to, during the offseason. But we just didn't want to accept the fact that this team was going to be really, really bad. And Dwayne Dedman is not even on our team no more. So that's what I'm just trying to get at right now. But let's just talk about how currently the Miami Heat are 33 and 29, seventh in the Eastern Conference. Meaning, if the playoffs started today, we will be in the play-in. We are no longer a sixth seed because you know why? We just went on a four-game losing streak. Yes, yesterday we did snap against the 76ers where we won 101 to 99. But the four teams that we lost to was the Denver Nuggets. All right, cool. They're the best team in the Western Conference. I don't like to lose, but if we're gonna lose to a team, you rather lose to the Denver Nuggets. We only lost by 4 points, right? But then after that, we lost to the Brooklyn Nets after they traded away Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. We lost to Mikal Bridges and they destroyed us by double digits. And that loss was super, super important because tiebreakers, when the seedings get very, very close, which they are, and the season's closing up with only 20 plus games, we cannot be losing games where we need to be ahead of these, certain teams to be in the playoffs or to get out the plan. To get in the plan. You get what I'm trying to say? So currently, they're up 2-1 right now. We do have one more game left, but we better tie the seeding up because if we don't, we got swept by them, and that's going to be super, super unfortunate, right? And then they're in our way to get that top five seed. But not only did we lose to the Brooklyn Nets, we lost to the Milwaukee Bucks, which, yes, once again, that's another contender team, but there's no more excuses, right? If we're going to try to compete and win the championship like Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro all want to say, you can't come out here and lose by the Bucks close to 30 points. And I believe Giannis wasn't even playing that game. So now that's 3 games in a row that we lost. But not only did we lose, we lost to the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets are one of the worst teams in the league. I don't care how hot they are. I believe they're like at a 5 game win streak. LaMelo Ball's balling. I don't care. You need to beat these teams. These are must-win games, and this can change your whole season and what possibly could still, right? There's 20 games left available. And we got to finish out strong. Now, going through those games, we can't shoot, we can't play defense, we can't do pretty much nothing. We look lost, we don't even want to play out there. But I do want to say we did beat the Philadelphia 76ers yesterday, which I'm happy because we needed a W. And the 76ers are a championship level team. So I'm happy about that. We only won by 2 points. But what I want to go into, and it is a huge, huge concern, is Tyler Herro, right? You signed Tyler Herro, a huge, huge contract extension, right? We expect him to be that guy. In the last 3 games, he hasn't been that guy, right? He put up 8 points, 3 for 13 against the 76ers. Now, if we ever go into a playoff series and he continues to shoot like this and continues to only put up 8 points in a 48-minute game, we're gonna get swept no matter what. Because no matter how good Jimmy does, no matter how Bam does good, we need Tyler Herro to step up. There's a reason why we signed him to that contract extension. We expect him to be the man. We expect him to be our future. And currently, he has been too inconsistent, and this is a huge, huge problem. And that's why I personally believe we should have waited to signing him to that contract extension to see how he does in the postseason. Because last year, yes, he was injured. I guess you could use that as excuse, but he didn't perform well. This year, he's having an up and down season, inefficient, isn't a great as defender that we hope to be. We want him to be a two-way player. He has not improved this year. A little bit, you could say, but just has been too inconsistent for a player that we're relying on, right? Against the Charlotte Hornets, he put up 33 points, 10 for 23. Cool, I expect you to do that. This is Charlotte Hornets. And the funny thing is, we still lost that game. So it don't matter if you put up 60. If you put up 60 points and we still lost, it does not matter, right? But then against the Bucks, you put up 14 points, 5 for 15. So if you notice, there's a trend going on that the better teams, the better the defense, Tyler Herro continues to suck, right? He went 5 for 15 that game, having 14 points. So he had more shot attempts than having more points. That is unacceptable. And so there was a report pretty much coming out that there's a good chance that I don't see it happening, obviously, because Miami Heat won't do this. But would you trade Tyler Herro during the offseason to see what's his value currently right now? I'm just curious. I don't think it happens, but let us know in the comment section what you think about that. I'm not going to entertain that a little bit too much because we just signed him to an extension. I don't believe he can be traded at the moment. Obviously, can't. But during the offseason, I think it's a conversation that we could talk about. Now, heading into the players that we recently just brought in Kevin Love and Cody Zeller, it's crazy because you expect Kevin Love to be he is the better player, but Cody Zeller has just been playing better. In 16 minutes of games, averaged about 6.3 points a game, 66% from the field, 2.7 rebounds, one block, and one assist. But not only is that, he's probably the best backup big that we had this season. He is playing incredible and less minutes per game. I love what he brings to the table. I seen a chase down block on Joel the other yesterday. That was pretty incredible. You could tell that he wants to be in the NBA again. He's working his butt off, and I'm happy that he's on our team. Hopefully his rebounds go up a little bit, because 2.7 rebounds is not enough. But the little things, passing, underrated passer, he's setting us the screens, helping us on a board count just a little bit, just backing up Bam Adebayo, whenever he needs to be, whenever he's tired and needs a rest. So I love the addition of Cody Zeller. So far, I give it an A. Now for Kevin Love, has been up and down, and we should have expected this, right? When you get bought up by a team, the team, you're just clearly not good enough for that team anymore, right? Kevin Love is aging, fell out the rotation, and with the Cavaliers, he was averaging 8.5 points. With the Miami Heat's only averaged 7 points a game, right? But his field goal percentage and his shooting percentage has been absolutely awful. They're not even good, right? He's shooting 30% from the field, which is terrible. That's worse than Russell Westbrook, right? But he's shooting 26% from the 3-point line, which is unacceptable, because the main reason why we brought him here was to spread the floor, right? Even Bam Adebayo made it known, like, you better make your shots, and clearly he has not made his shots at all. And it's understand it's a short span of games and stuff like that, but I think this is just who Kevin Love is. We're excited. We were so excited bringing Kevin Love because the Miami Heat just didn't bring in nobody, so it was like we finally got some players. But the truth of the matter is, Kevin Love is past his prime, right? Hopefully he can continue to. Hopefully he can improve his shooting heading into the postseason. But one thing I could say is that he is helping on the board count, where he's averaging close to 9 rebounds a game and 2.7 assists in 23 minutes. So if Kevin Love can just work on that shot and just be a little bit more efficient, I'll be excited with the addition. Now there's some goods and there's a lot of bads, right? There's some pros and cons, and that's what you're going to get out of a player in the buyout market. But so far, Tyler Herro been struggling. The two new additions have been having, besides Cody Zeller, have been up and down. And I'm not going to get too much on Bam, because Bam has been carrying us this whole season. But that's something else that we could talk about later on if he continues to play like that. But also, we could talk about Jimmy Butler. You could tell that he's getting frustrated. There was a meeting, not a meeting, but it was an interview, like, we need to win now. Like, we got to figure this out now. And you could tell that Jimmy Butler has been playing a little bit more better basketball. You could tell that he's being more aggressive, and he's trying to carry his team to victory. And it's not the same Jimmy that we all know from the bubble. He's aging. He's dealing with a lot of naggy injuries, and that's why the main thing was you're bringing Tyler Herro to be that guy, and he just hasn't been that guy. So there's a lot of questions that we got to deal with. That's going back to the tiebreakers. We got the New York Knicks. We're currently 1-0 with them, but we still got 3 games. That's very important because they're ahead of us. We got the Brooklyn Nets 2-1, and then even Atlanta Hawks. They're only a half a game away from us. They're currently 31 to 30, eighth seed. And we're seventh seed, and we're 33 and 29. So they just got a new head coach in Quinn Snyder. They're playing better basketball than us at the moment. So these next 20 games are going to be super important. I do want to say that Kyle Lowry was upgraded to questionable yesterday, so we should expect him to be back the next game or so, even though he's useless. But maybe he could just be another body, another point guard to be out there. And man, that's what I got to say about the Miami Heat. Y'all let us know in the comment section what you think about this team, man. Super disappointed. I'm frustrated. We should not be on ever should be on a 4-game losing streak, especially on these games at the moment. But hey, 20 games left. Let's finish strong. Let's go 15-5, and let's get in the playoffs. I love y'all so much, and I'm out. Peace.